hello. I'm Mike Nesmith, and I'm one of the Monkees. Tonight, as my guest on this wonderful television program, which has done so much for all of you young people out there, I have as my special guest none other than Frank Zappa, that world-famous person, participant in, perhaps even leader of, none other than the Mothers of Invention. And here he is. Love you, Frank Zappa.
Hi, kids. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
It's really a pleasure to be here.
It is? They have a lot of zany stuff on this program, don't you think? Well, tell me, Frank.
Tell you what, Mike?
No, you're supposed to talk like Frank. This is one of our cute numbers for the show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to be you, and you're supposed to be me, right?
You see the way we work this out in advance?
This keeps falling off. Okay, go ahead, ask me a question.
When you first got into the psychedelic music business, was it very difficult? I know that you used to work in Hollywood a lot.
Well, it was more of a come on, guys, let's go kind of situation.
Come on, that's like the Beach Boys.
A lot of that.
Can the show get any worse?
It's about love and life. And live radio wrestling matches. Iain Lee on Absolute Radio.
To the roof of his house. Mothman prophesied some good time. Maybe he's just calling out. Funky all the way home. It's regular except for the number. Funky all the way home. Funky all the way home. House. Well, Mothman prophesied some good luck, or maybe he's just calling out. Funky all the way home. It's regular except for the number. Funky all the way home. Funky all the way home. Girl, you're making me scream.
Absolute Radio.
Previously on the Iain Lee Show.
An interesting mix this evening.
Saving Ryan's private. Racist, you see?
Shut up, Maureen!
You've already had meat in your mouth.
If you want to do the pricking, you've got to do the ticking. That's what my dad used to say.
The naked flesh to the environment, and that's going to sting like hell.
A long drink of water.
I'm so frightened.
We're in.
A streak of wee-wee.
Prick, of course, is slang for penis.
A lanky pump.
Round here, there's kids of 4 and 5 who are post-pubescent.
No, just leave it.
Oh, look, you're leaving a trail of juice.
If you turned it into a carnivore like the rest of us, you might not be so sickly.
Who wants small kids?
You can if it's for deer season.
Hybrid dogs, mostly. Hybrid dog postman.
A nice bit of pure oxygen would be lovely.
Why would he have made them out of meat?
Personally speaking, I would stick some Savlon on it.
Squeeze.
Oh.
Keep listening, and don't forget to download the podcast.
Line 1, what do you want?
Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my...
Lovely, there we go. Okay, that was a genuine phone call there. Everything, all the computers have changed. Twitter's changed. I'm on Twitter, and every time you log onto Twitter on a computer, it says, would you like to look at the new Twitter? And I always go, no. They have a now, do it now, or ask me again later. And they don't have a no, I'm not interested button.
Yeah.
And by mistake, I've just clicked on the do it now. And now I can't work out what's going on.
Can you get it back the other way?
I don't know. I hope so.
It's not fair that it lets you stay on that one for good, then.
I don't like the new Twitter. I don't want the new Twitter. I want the old Twitter. I don't like change. Oh, people call. Let's get rid of these calls. Yes, line 1, what do you want?
Hello, fella. Yeah, I want to speak with Eloise. Eloise?
Well, hang on a minute. Eloise, would you like to speak to Gary from Bristol?
As long as he's not asking me out on a date.
Or being a little bit racist. Okay.
What? No, neither of those have ever happened in the past.
Well, they
Okay.
have a little... Both of those things have happened in the
Yeah,
past.
okay, yeah, mate.
Can I ask... When you've spoken to Eloise, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you want, Gary?
Well, actually, it was one of those two, so I'm not going to do it because, you know... It's
Okay.
not,
Well, then let's address perhaps the second thing. What's your profile picture of on Facebook?
It's this thing that I found on the Spectator magazine.
Right. Could you... I don't get it. Could you explain it to me? I've studied it and I don't get it. I don't get what the joke is.
I don't know. It was an article by Rod Liddell, yeah?
Right, okay. Can you explain the picture to me?
It's a burqa, and there's a lady selling... it says socialist burqa.
Socialist burqa, and I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a parody of the left-wing Guardianistas like George Galloway,
Right.
that kind of pander to people like Hamas and all that.
Right.
I'm not
I don't think George Galloway panders to Hamas.
I do.
Okay, and you've just uttered the sentence, I'm not a racist. How's that sentence going to end? Is the next word but?
No.
Okay.
It's just a statement. I'm not a racist, and that's it.
Okay,
but
I don't get the. Let's go to this specific image. So it's a picture of a Muslim lady, and the caption is "socialist burqa."
Yeah, because I think
I don't get it.
I get it.
Could you explain it? Could you explain it to me? Because I'm obviously being stupid.
Yeah, what it is you know, like people like the Morning Star, papers like that.
Hang on a minute. You've just mentioned the Guardian and the Morning Star. Which is it? Because they're both very, very different papers.
And what I meant, it's mainly kind of the Morning Star. Guardianista is kind of like the general term, you know, they...
What's a Guardianista? Kind of... I'm being really stupid tonight. What's a Guardianista?
I don't know, have you ever read, like, I don't know, Rod Liddell or kind of Douglas Murray? I'm not that stupid. I may be from Bristol, mate, but I do read Spectator.
Stop trying to justify the fact that you're not an idiot when it's sounding like you are, and explain it to me, because I'm obviously being stupid. I don't know what a Guardianista is.
Oh, well, it's like, kind of sandal-wearing, muesli-munching Islingtonite.
It's a what?
Islingtonite.
Okay, those types of people don't exist.
It's a kind of metaphor for the kind of...
you know what a metaphor is.
It's what the right-wing press call uber lefties, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so if you read The Guardian, you're an uber lefty, are you?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't hate all Guardian readers. It's just the kind of people that kind of go on, you know... They go on the, I don't know.
No, you don't. Could you explain? I don't get the picture though. So socialist burqa in the picture of the Muslim lady. I don't understand. I don't understand the joke.
Well, it's more of a kind of social commentary on the hypocrisy of the fact that. Listen, mate. Listen. You know, many of the lefties are pro women's rights, and so am I. Absolutely. Right. But at the same time, they kind of defend the woman's right to wear a burqa, which I don't in this country.
Okay, hang on a minute. Well, you've just contradicted yourself there, Gary. Would you like me to point out your contradiction there?
Yeah.
Have you spotted your contradiction? Or shall I point it out for you? You did make a big contradiction there.
No.
Would you like me to point out the contradiction?
Go ahead.
You're pro women's rights.
Absolutely.
But you're against the women's right to wear the burqa. That's what you said.
I believe it's oppressive.
No, Gary. This is what you said. I can't believe we're doing this. This is a great. This is a great start to the show. You're pro women's rights.
Absolutely.
But you're against the women's right to wear the burqa. That's what you said.
In this country, in Saudi Arabia, they can do what they want. But in this country, mate.
Listen, Gary. Address the. I'm focusing on a very, very specific point. Address this one specific point, and then we'll broaden it. You're pro women's rights.
Yeah.
You're against the rights of women to wear the burqa. You're against the rights of women to wear the burqa.
Meaning it's their choice to wear the burqa.
That's the whole point. I believe it's not necessarily them.
Okay, so you need to. Okay, so if we're going to have this argument, and we are going to have this argument, you need to choose your words very carefully, because what the first thing you just said was not correct. You said I'm pro women's rights, but I'm against their rights to wear the burqa. So if they want to choose to wear the burqa, then surely that's fine, isn't it?
What about Nicolas Sarkozy, the Prime Minister of France?
Sorry?
He's banning the burqa.
I don't care. I'm talking about you, Gary. I'm not talking about Sarkozy. I'm talking about you. Are you against women who want to wear the burqa if they choose to wear the burqa?
Yes.
So you're not pro women's rights?
No, I am.
But you're not because you're the right. It's the right of a woman to wear the burqa if she wants.
Subversive. You're kind of
I'm being
dancing around the
subversive.
issue.
No, I'm not.
I'm
being very, very specific about the issue. You're the one who's confusing your terminology and mixing up your language, and therefore confusing yourself and the other listeners. You are against if a woman wants to wear a burqa, you are against that. Yes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? So you are against women's rights. That's a woman's right to wear that if she wants, and so you are against that.
It's my right to walk naked in the street, and
what has you walking naked in the street got to do with it?
It's offensive, and I find the burqa offensive in the same way.
So what?
Well,
listen, you are generalising. Let's be specific, Gary, and address this one specific question. You're pro women's rights. You're against the rights of women to choose what they want to wear.
Look, it bothers me.
Why should it bother you?
The concept of the burqa bothers me.
Why does it bother you?
Because, can I explain? I had this conversation with George Galloway.
I don't care. I don't care. Forget that. Have this conversation with me. Why does it bother you?
Okay, listen. Okay, I believe. Okay, why do they wear the burqa?
Don't ask with the question. Why does it bother you, Gary?
Why? Because I believe that it enshrines male servility under the man. It symbolises the fact that Muslim men are somehow the only ones that are allowed to view their women.
So you're jealous?
No, I'm not jealous.
You want to view Muslim women?
Mate,
is that what you want to do? You're jealous that only Muslim men can view Muslim women?
No, not at all. It annoys me.
Why?
That as a principle, that all women, that feminine beauty should not be suppressed behind a veil.
But if they want to cover their faces, then that's their right to cover their faces.
But I question the motive behind it.
I question your motive.
I question the fact.
Yes, I question your motive. I think there's something more. I do think that there's something.
I'm not racist, mate. I'm not.
I didn't say you were.
I'm a libertarian, okay?
But you're not, because if it's the woman chooses to wear the burqa, you are denying them that choice to wear the burqa. You're listening to Absolute Radio, home of the hits. If it's the woman, you keep saying you're a libertarian and you're for rights and stuff, but if it's their choice to wear that, you're against that choice. So, by definition, you're not a libertarian. You want to take away one of their liberties.
Well, listen, mate. Okay, I'll tell you certain liberties in religious customs, for instance, polygamy, and that is banned in this country. In Iran, or in Saudi Arabia, or in...
We're not talking about polygamy, we're talking about the burqa, we're talking about an item of clothing, we're not talking about polygamy. Stop trying to throw smoke bombs that confuse me and set up mirrors so I look in the other direction. Let's focus on this one thing. What's the real issue, Gary? There's a real issue under here somewhere, isn't there? And I'm trying to get to it, and I can't quite find what it is. Are you scared? Does it scare you?
Okay, I went to London, I went to visit London. I was walking down this place. It's called the Edgware Road, and
I know it. Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, these women in burqas, and for the first time in my life, I saw the burqas.
So you're anti-burqa, and you've never even seen a burqa before?
No, I've seen it now. I've been to the Edgware Road and all that.
Okay.
I'm saying it's like being in Beirut, and
what does that mean? It's like being in Beirut, Gary. It's not like being in Beirut at all.
It is.
How is it like being in Beirut?
It's like being in an Arab country, being in Edgware Road. It's very much.
It's not being Gary, come on, you're being silly. Being in the Edgware Road is not like being in Beirut. There are a few people in burqas, there are a few people in hijabs, there are a few hubbly-bubbly pipes. That's it. It's not like being in Beirut. There's a bloody Boots down there. You don't get Boots in Beirut.
Maybe you do, I don't know, I've never been there, but the whole atmosphere feels different.
But do you not think that could be that could be from you? While I walk down the Edgware Road, don't feel any different from Muswell Hill, doesn't feel any different from the centre of London, doesn't feel any different from Manchester, doesn't feel any different to me.
But what's your point about being down the Edgware Road?
What?
What's your point about being down the Edgware Road?
Well, the point is, I saw burqa the first time, and it very, very much for me, it felt like the Edgware Road, like 80% of the people there are Arabic. Look, that's fair enough.
It's not 80%, Gary.
It does feel like that.
Carry on.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, as per the burqa, there's what I question is, you're very much against Christianity, which was the faith you were probably raised in.
Whoa. When have I said that? When have I said that?
No, not against you. No, you.
I'm not against Christianity. Hey, listen, man. Everyone can do what they want to do.
Listen, mate. I have an issue. Do you know what it is?
Go on.
Okay, this is the issue.
Here we go.
Comedians make fun, like, Jack Whitehall, he makes fun of the Pope.
Keep changing. You're now going to say we're not allowed to make jokes about Muslims, but you're changing the subject. But what's that got to do with the hijab? What's that got to do with that?
The hijab is absolutely fine. It doesn't cover the face. That doesn't.
Okay, what's the burqa? What's Jack Whitehall got to do with the veil?
It's a wider issue about
no. But we're talking specifically about the veil. You've not answered one specific question. Are you afraid of people in the veil?
It intimidates me.
Why? Now we're getting somewhere.
No, not the veil. It's the burqa, not the veil, not the one that covers the hair.
Okay, the burqa. Why does the burqa intimidate you?
Because when two human beings communicate, they don't just use a voice. When I speak to somebody, I use the facial features.
Right.
I can't go. If I was walking around, if I saw my mate, somebody I never saw in a balaclava serving me behind a shop counter, I'd be kind of weirded out, mate.
Right.
And the same thing goes for a burqa.
Right.
Okay, and I really question why. There, many men. They a lot of them think that somehow, white women are somehow slappers.
No. You can't say that. You're saying that Muslim men think that white women are slappers. Is that what you're saying?
No, not all of them.
What percentage?
Some of them.
What percentage?
I don't know, but some of them do.
Okay, so some white English, men think that white women are slappers. Some white women are slappers.
No, but I'm saying that there are quite a few Muslim men.
Okay, so we're going up. We're going up in percentage.
No, not a majority, but a significant minority.
I don't know what that means. A significant minority. I don't know what that means.
I spoke to this Muslim guy, and I asked him, what's all this deal?
And what did the Muslim guy say to you when you spoke to him?
He said, well, he said it's about defending their honour. Literally, that's what he said. He said the burqa is a custom that dates back to Arabia, and he said that it's about defending their honour. And I thought about that, and I thought something about this is warped. Something about this is not compatible with Western European society.
Why? I don't see where
with Western European society.
I don't see where the incompatibility lies.
It is because once upon a time in this country, women had to wear skirts down to their toes. Once upon a time in this country, women used to cover their hair in the Middle Ages too, but we have evolved, and they have not. And that's what I'm trying to say.
You're saying Muslims have not evolved?
Sections of Muslim society have not evolved beyond the Middle Ages, no.
Okay, Gary, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much. When the songs on the sheet of paper don't correlate with the screen, which is the powerful one?
Go with the...
I've gone one wrong already. I need to call up the Stranglers in that case. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? That was interesting. I don't really want to do the whole show about that, but we can do if people want. I'm trying to find No More Heroes by the Stranglers. Hang on, there it is. I was going to have a rant about my idiot bus driver that I had, who was an absolute arse this evening, a lunatic, to the point where at one point I was arguing with him. I turned to everyone on the bus and went, I do apologise, your bus driver is an effing mentalist. Anyway, but we'll do that after the Stranglers, shall we? 0330 123 1215 is the phone number. I'm kind of in a feisty mood tonight, so if you want an argument, tonight's a very good night. 0330 123 1215 is the phone number. More of your calls after the Stranglers.
Whatever happened to Leon Trotsky? He got an ice pick that made his ears burn. Whatever happened to dear old Lenin, the great O'Meara, and Sancho Panza? Whatever happened to the heroes?
with Russ Williams brings you music and goals every weekend. But this Saturday afternoon, we're giving you a whole lot more. You can win a brand new Peugeot Bipper van, taxed and insured for a year, and £1,000. It's all thanks to Peugeot and their big support for small businesses event. It runs until the 21st of November across the Peugeot van range. Drop into your local dealership to see all the amazing deals they have on offer, including 0% APR and free sat-nav across the entire Peugeot van range. Enter right now at absoluteradio.co.uk and win a Peugeot Bipper van this Saturday afternoon on Rock and Roll Football. Absolute Radio.
According to the Office of Made-Up Statistics, only 3% of people have started Christmas shopping. And they're all on iwantoneofthose.com, a vast wonderland of original and imaginative Christmas gifts. You can search by recipient, like colleague or mother-in-law. Not the same person, we hope. Plus, every hour from now till Christmas, one lucky shopper will have their whole basket paid for, and everyone gets a consolation prize. Give the stuff they really, really want this Christmas at iwantoneofthose.com.
If being without heating or hot water turned your world upside down, how would you cope with the unexpected repair bill? Do a quick car boot sale? Start playing the lottery? Or just call British Gas? With home care, you get unlimited call-outs all year round with parts and labour included too, so you can forget unexpected bills. Look after your world with British Gas. Visit britishgas.co.uk. Exclusions and conditions apply.
From whiskey to the White House, from the World Trade Center to weapons of mass destruction, from war on terrorism to waterboarding. Now, W reveals all. Only in the Times. Read extracts from Decision Points, the revealing political memoir from George W. Bush. Tomorrow, an exclusive interview and the truth about Iraq. Be part of the Times. Iain Lee's 2-hour-long late-night radio show starting at 11.
soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got 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 soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got
So I'm waiting for the bus in the freezing cold, and it was freezing cold, and there's me. Here's an embarrassing thing. I'm sat at the bus stop next to this young lady, and I was there for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes I realised I knew who the lady was. I knew her. She was the au pair girl that lives in the flat downstairs. And I hadn't spoken to her, and at that point it's like, I can't speak to her now. I've been sat next to her for 5 minutes. Anyway, bus pulls up, 134 or 143, I never quite remember which way round it is. And it drives past us. We put our arms out, it drives past us and stops at the traffic lights about 10 yards away. So we run up to the bus and knock on the door, and he does that ignoring thing, and we knock on the door again, and he turns around and he starts shouting, so, What do you want? We're going, let us on. What, you didn't put your arm out? We're going, yes we did, let us on, and he's being proper angry for no reason whatsoever.
It's weird how in London you have to have the arm out rule.
Well, I was always brought up, if it said request stop on the bus stop, you had to put your arm out. If it just says bus stop, it's supposed to stop. That's what I was led to believe.
I've never seen the thing that says request stop.
I think they do on most of them. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at this tomorrow. But so he's in there, and he's going, oh, you should put your arm out. I'm not letting you on now. And I'm going, I think I'm too cold. I can't be bothered. And you know, on buses they have a little switch outside to open the door. So I went for that and started opening the door. And he started reaching for his shut button. So he's trying to shut the door. And so we're both jabbing away at this button. And then the door opened a bit, so I got my hands in and I opened it. I went, come on, man, don't be stupid. Look, there's me and this girl. Just let us on the bus. He's like, oh, you didn't put your arm... And he's really, really shouting. You didn't put your arm out. You should put your arm out. What do you want? I said, man, listen, you need to calm down. You seriously need to calm down. You're being a dick. And the girl swiped her Oyster card, and I swiped my Oyster card, and I don't think it swiped properly. I did it, but it didn't swipe properly. And so he started shouting to me, come on then, do it properly, swipe your card. And I went... And I think I may have said, oh, why don't you just F off? And I was being very calm. I said F off. And so I went and sat upstairs, and then we didn't move. And we're sat on the bus for about 4 or 5 minutes, not moving. I was thinking, oh, God. And then he turns the engine off and the lights off, and I got a bit angry. And then I went downstairs and went, what the F is your problem, mate? And he was really shouting, you didn't swipe your card, you didn't put your arm out, what are you doing? Yeah. I went, all right, I will swipe my card again. Swipe the little Oyster card. Ding. Yeah, that's better. That's all you had to bloody do. I said, man, you need to calm down. You're acting like a complete arse. And he was just shouting, and I went, then I did swear at him again. And I turned to everyone on the bus. I said, ladies and gentlemen on the bus, I do apologise. Your driver is effing mental. He's absolutely effing mental. And then I got my phone out started filming him. What are you doing? I'm filming you. I've got all night, mate. I don't care if I'm late for work. I can phone in. I'm going to stand here. And I wonder if I can play it. I think I've got it somewhere. And he got very angry, and he put his hand up and did all that, and then I walked upstairs. And then I'm upstairs thinking, right, when I get off this bus, I'm going to go over to him and get an apology from him. And I went down to have a go at him, and it was a different driver. They'd swapped halfway through. But he was actually mental. He was actually almost foaming at the mouth. And for the most part, normally I lose my temper in these things. For the most part, I was so incredulous. What's the word, Barry?
Full of incredulity.
I was full of incredulity. Eloise was getting there, but we didn't allow her to finish that word. What is it? Incredulous. Yeah. What's the word? Eloise?
Incredulous. That doesn't mean anything.
Incredulous. I was so incredulous that I was completely completely blown by this guy's fury. And it was fury, Barry. Absolute fury.
Since we're on travelling hardships, I would like this confirmed. This is true. London Midlands train.
Yeah. Oh, go on. I've heard about this. Go on.
Yeah. In my opinion, and not the opinion of the radio station, a thoroughly shoddy outfit.
Okay, I think they're an excellent company, but explain what they've done. This is what the true thing that they've done. They're an excellent train company, of course.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
Anyway, they have started, and this is true, and I don't know whether they're the real names and addresses, of putting up on posters people who may have skipped fares putting
their names and addresses up
on boards. Now, I think that is disgusting.
Well, it's a strange technique to employ, isn't it?
You know, people don't want the Taliban in this country, and yet we like that. Oh, it skips his fare. Put his name up. Put his name up. It skips his fare for their, frankly, less than perfect service.
But otherwise, they're an excellent train company, and of course, I would use them all the time I would be in that area. Barry, yes, thank you.
Say it's
So,
less than perfect is not scandalous.
Okay.
It's not.
It's Absolute Radio. He's called.
yes, Barry, but they are an excellent train service.
They're
Anyway,
an excellent company. But what they also do is they say, if you go into the first-class carriage,
yeah.
this is a sign on it, you may have to pay a fine or, in extreme cases, face imprisonment. Come on!
For going into first class?
Face it! You know, or what you in for? Oh, I've done a bank job. Oh, I was part of an international money laundering. Yeah, me. I stepped into the first-class carriage at the 11:34 from Euston to Watford. You know, get a grip.
No.
But apart from that, they are a wonderful service.
I've got a surprise for you, Barry.
It's not. Linda Lusardi?
No, is that Andrew from Basildon?
Hello, yes.
Barry, do you remember Andre who used to call us, the drunk fella?
Yes.
He's sobered up, and this is him sober. Hello, sober Andre, stroke Andrew.
Hello there. Oh, I prefer you this way.
Oh, yeah, I prefer me this way as well.
Oh, Andrew, so glad you've said goodbye to the Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll's joy.
Yes.
What have you been doing today? Listening to some classical music and operating on some old ladies?
No, I haven't. I've been on a ramble today. I've been in the countryside. It's been beautiful.
Oh.
Me and Ange have just been off. It's been lovely. We had a picnic.
It's so nice to hear you like this.
Oh, isn't it? What the hell
planning,
refreshing.
We're going to plan a little family, I think.
Lovely.
We're, at the moment, we're pricing people carriers.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Well, it's lovely to hear you sober, Andrew. And I genuinely wish you the very best of luck.
Oh,
I've got a topic.
Okay, let's hear your topic. Yes, please.
I've never given a topic before.
Okay, where you go?
Really.
Don't make it too highbrow, Andre. Andrew.
Well, it's not really. Today I was thinking, when was the last time you had a lollipop? I can't remember the last time I had
Now,
a
when
lollipop.
you say lollipop, do you mean like a lolly, like an ice lolly, or do you mean like a sweetie lollipop?
Sweetie lollipop.
I've not had a sweetie lollipop for a long, long time. Barry, when was the last time you had a sweetie lollipop?
Same with me.
I haven't for a long time. I find them rather sickly, and they do stick to my teeth.
What's the song about lollipops where it means penises?
Oh, I put a lollipop into my jeans.
No, that's not.
Oh, sorry.
It's let me take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick my lollipop. That one. The candy shop is his pants.
My lollipop fell out of my pants.
No, that's not.
While I was about to take a bath. Is it that one? Barry Court number from 1956.
I don't think I don't remember that one. I don't.
My lollipop popped up.
Excuse me.
Oh, hang on. What's happened there?
Hello?
Oh, no. Have you had a drink
Oh,
in the interim?
You were talking too long, Barry. He's got pissed up again.
Excuse me,
your lips. Oh, no. Hello.
Excuse me.
Oh, Andre, turn your radio off. What happened in the last few seconds?
I've just bowled in.
Sorry?
I've just bowled in.
I don't know what that means. I'm hoping it's not what I think it is.
I've just walked in. It's an offence to impersonate an Andre.
Yeah, what happened? Did you find a can of lager under a roll of fat or something?
No, I just bowled down the local, didn't I? Down the local.
What, just while Barry was singing?
Yeah, well, I was trying to phone you when I was in the pub, but I couldn't get through, unfortunately.
Oh, God. Well,
that's a shame.
Isn't it a shame? It was... Oh, it just... They turn so quickly.
Back, Andrew from Basildon, please.
They turn
back.
so quickly, Barry.
Oh, dear. Have a strong coffee and come back again.
I've got to say, last night we gave listeners the chance to win a pair of tickets to your show at the Leicester Square Theatre, which I think is next Wednesday?
Yeah, the 17th.
Okay.
It was a disaster,
No one called in. No one called in.
Well, you know what, everyone? Sod you, don't come, I don't care. There's 4 or 5 very satisfied audience members who are... I don't care, you know what? It's your loss.
I think people are more interested in my Japanese DJing set that I'm playing next week.
Well, how good is that going to be?
Brilliant. Really brilliant.
If anyone wants to come, forget the competition. Frankly, I went to bed rather embarrassed. I can tell it's time to go. No! No.
Change of God every day. When you're clinging on to a driftwood boat, you pray a great white whale might come your way. No freeway traffic and no frozen north, just a chain link fence full of birds. And when a harpoon's loaded and a cannon bait, you'll be rolling through the pages lost for words.
Absolute Radio.
So, Dave, how does it feel to win the FA Cup?
I can't believe it. Over the moon. It's a dream come true.
Talk me through exactly how you did it.
Well, I booted up the laptop, then the wife passed me a cuppa, a bit of dunking, pressed a few keys and, just did it.
Sounds so simple.
Play Iain's FA Cup Energy Fit game and you could win the FA Cup in your home for a day. It's all part of our Energy Fit initiative to help families save energy and money.
So, what now?
Photographs, then lunch, I think.
To play, go to ianenergyfit.com/FA Cup. Helping you get Energy Fit. We're on it. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's John from QuickFit performing a mine called We'll Give You an MOT and Service from just £99, including parts, labour and VAT. Take it away, John.
MOT and servicing at QuickFit. You'll be amazed at what we do.
VAT. Just 3 little letters, but what a difference they make to your day. And your bank balance. Morning coffees, evening meals, even your socks aren't safe. So wouldn't it be nice if someone took care of it? Well, buy any new Renault in the iMusic range before the end of December and we'll pay the VAT for you. And talking of dodging tax, take a test drive soon and you could win a trip to Monaco. Visit your local dealer or renault.co.uk/offers for details.
Iain Lee. It's about love and life. And live radio wrestling matches. Iain Lee on Absolute Radio.
It was the maddest journey in. So as well as having a mental bus driver, then I went. Then the bus stopped early. We didn't go all the way to Tottenham Court Road. So I was annoyed. So I thought I'm going to go and get some chocolate. I need a sugar rush here. So I went into Sainsbury's, and supermarkets kind of at 10 o'clock at night they're a bit weird. You get weird people in there, and there was a guy in front of me at the cashier, the thing where you pay. Yeah, the cashier that'll do. And there's a customer there, and there's this bloke, and he looked normal, but he was singing. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna make sweet, sweet, sweet love to you. I'm gonna make love all night long from behind. He was singing in this falsetto voice without any hint of shame or embarrassment or anything. I'm gonna make sweet love to you. So he's doing that, which was weird. So I walked out of the shop, and then you know those electric buggies that old people use? You know, they're like little cars, but they're buggies, and they've got like a handle and stuff, and you're not supposed to go on the road, but sometimes you'll see someone who's obviously, you know, not very well driving in the road, and there'll be like a load of traffic behind him, people beeping. Anyways, one of these, right? And there was this young bloke on it. I think they'd nicked it. It was this young bloke on it, with his girlfriend sat on his lap. And they were giggling and getting it on, and they'd stop every now and then for a smooch, and it was the weirdest thing. Has something happened to... Did my Domino's have LSD in it this evening? Unbelievable. 0330 123 1215 is the phone number. If you would like to give us a call, you can talk about anything. I've got stuff to talk about. Journeys from Hell was going to be... was going to be the thing, and also mucky photos. What mucky photo? But maybe we'll do those later. The show seems to be taking on a life of its own, so let's go with that for a while. Rob is in Sheffield. Good evening, Rob.
Hi, Iain. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Rob. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. What can I do for you?
Regarding Gary's conversation with you about the burqa.
Yes.
Is he saying it should be banned, or I didn't catch the whole conversation.
I think he was saying it should be banned.
Well, I don't think it should be banned.
There we go, both sides of the argument.
But I don't think it's a good thing.
Okay. Why do you not think it's a good thing?
It just builds a barrier between Muslims and everyone else.
Well,
your story earlier on about you on the bus, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Beginning of the story, you see a girl you know.
Yeah.
If she'd been wearing a burqa, you would not have known that you knew her, or that
well, the thing is, I didn't recognise her anyway. I was sat next to her for 5 minutes and she wasn't wearing a burqa.
You eventually recognised her.
I eventually recognised her,
yes.
yes.
If you were wearing a burqa, you wouldn't have, would you? Well, if she was an au pair from Saudi Arabia,
right,
you would not have known her from Adam.
But maybe I would have done. Maybe you become more attuned and spot the differences in people's eyes. People's eyes are very unique. No people have the same eyes. I would recognise my son from his eyes. So maybe you become attuned to people and recognise them. You look at other things. You look at their eyes. You look at the shape of their bodies. You look at their height.
You'd have to have good... whatever, I don't know.
But maybe... Well, good whatever, you don't know. But if you've been brought up in that environment, then maybe that's a skill that you develop. Like blind people...
But most people in this country haven't been brought up in that environment.
Well, no, I would disagree. I would say a lot of people in this country have been brought up in that environment now.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't...
Would you be able to recognise your wife in a burqa?
Yes.
In a crowd of 10 other women, say?
Eventually, yes, I could do it, yeah.
Eventually?
I could do it, yeah. Could you not recognise your wife in a burqa? I could totally spot Fandango pretty much straight away in a burqa.
I don't know. It would depend on...
Do you not look lovingly into your wife's eyes? Do you not stare into her soul through those windows?
Yeah, but you don't go around looking and staring in people's eyes on the street anyway, do you?
But I don't go around staring at people's faces on the street necessarily. Why would I... Also, let's be honest, I don't know anybody who wears a burqa, so I would have no reason to have to try and recognise them.
That's the point. You don't know anyone who wears a burqa. There's no way that anyone...
But I don't know people. But I don't.
It's a brick wall between Muslims.
No. You've brushed over that point. I don't know people who wear burqas, so therefore that does not present me with any problem of having to recognise people. I'm sure that the Muslim gentlemen who and women who socialise in burqa communities would recognise the people.
There's no non-Muslim person does socialise with the Muslim community. Like I'm saying it.
No, hang on. What was that sentence? Say that again. Say that sentence. No Muslim person socialises where?
In communities where burqas are worn.
No, what? Say that sentence again, because one of us is wrong.
No non-Muslim person.
No non-Muslim people. Okay, right. Sorry.
Socialises in communities where burqas are
worn.
Well,
no, I don't think that's true. I think
exceptions.
I think with quite a few exceptions. But then But if that let's hold your false argument and assume that that's correct. Then that shouldn't be a problem to you, then, should it? Because you're not having to recognise people.
What is the point of having a community that's cut off from the rest of British life?
But I don't think they are necessarily cut off from the rest of British life.
What is the point of the burqa?
You keep asking questions and then going on to something different. I don't know what the point of the burqa is. I don't know the social, religious, moral, historical implications of it. I've not researched it that much because it doesn't really interest me and it doesn't bother me in the slightest.
But it's a method of control over Muslim women by Muslim men.
Well, no, this is the kind of lazy argument that's thrown out, and perhaps to a certain extent it is. But you're ignoring the fact. You're ignoring the fact. You're ignoring the fact, Rob, that a lot of women choose to wear the burqa.
In Switzerland, women didn't have the vote until the mid-80s.
So what?
They held referendums on it every decade or so.
So what?
And thousands of Swiss women would come down from the mountains to vote against giving women the vote.
Okay, good for them.
Were those women right?
If they voted against it, then yes.
But were they right?
Yes, if those women voted against having the vote, then they were right. Hang on, how can you vote against having a vote?
Well, they did, because it was a referendum.
If that's what they... Rob, if that's what they wanted to do, then yes, they were right. If that's what they wanted, then yes. If they didn't want... I don't know this story, so I don't know how accurate you're telling it. I'm suspected it's been watered down slightly from the actual historical fact. Rob, I'm taking your word for it, and that's all I have on this, I'm afraid. But if that's what they voted for, I'm not sure I totally believe it. If that's what they voted for, then yes, they are right to vote for that.
Are they right?
Yes.
Saying they've got the right, or are they right?
They are. If what you're saying is true, and I don't believe it, but let's assume what you're saying is true, then yes, those women who voted not to have the vote were right. That was their choice.
I don't think you agree with that, though.
I do agree with that, Rob.
I think you're saying they have the right, but I don't think you're saying they are right.
No, I'm saying if they don't want to have the vote, then that's... What is the question you're asking me, Rob? Because you're fudging the question. So what is ask me a specific question, I will give you an honest, specific answer.
Is the burqa in Britain...
No, go back to the Switzerland thing now, because you've got me interested in that. So go on, what was the Swiss question?
Were the women who voted not to have suffrage for women right to do so?
Yes.
So, do you agree with them?
I agree that they were right to vote how they felt.
Well, so do I.
But then fantastic.
I don't think they were right.
But that's irrelevant. It's not your choice to make for them. Like, it's not my choice to tell a Muslim woman you can't wear that if she wants to wear it.
I don't think banning it would do any good anyway. To just lead to women being locked in the homes, or...
Imagine living in a country where items of clothing were banned. Wouldn't that be horrible?
We already do.
What?
Live in a country where items of clothing are banned.
Go on, tell me.
T-shirts with offensive slogans.
I remember being 16 and going on a school trip to Stratford-upon-Avon wearing an Inspiral Carpets T-shirt. Do you remember what the Inspiral Carpets T-shirt said?
Jesus is a...
No. No, it said cool as F.
There was a T-shirt that said that, though.
Good, well done. So you're equating wearing a T-shirt that says Jesus is a C-word with the burqa?
No, I'm not. I'm just making an extreme example.
But you can wear that T-shirt if you want. You have to be careful.
Walk around naked?
Sorry?
Should people be able to walk around the streets naked?
But this argument always comes up, and I don't see the connection. I don't see the connection between being naked and wearing a burqa.
Should people be allowed to wear Nazi uniforms?
Should people be allowed to wear Nazi uniforms? People can wear Nazi uniforms.
Should people be able to dress as policemen?
Well, people do dress as policemen. I don't see Rob, where is this going?
I just think it's divisive. I just don't see any. It's possible for women to dress and show they are Muslims without having the full
Okay.
Face covering.
Rob, listen, thank you very much for that. This seems to be what we're talking about this evening, and that's all absolutely fine. Let's go. Who's been here the longest? Well, Joe's been there for ages. Be with you in a second, Laura. Hello, Joe.
Hello, mate.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, cool.
I'm getting a sore throat. I'm going to get some water in a minute, but go on.
He's a bit boring, isn't he?
Well, you know, I didn't... He kept fudging the issue. But anyway, yes, go on.
Yeah, I want to talk about trains. You was going about buses. I'm going to go on about trains and the underground in London, how poxy it is.
Go on.
Right, I was water blinded in August 09.
Yeah.
You can look it up on Google. The name's Paul Jacobs.
Okay.
Right, and
Why does it say Joe Jacobs on my screen?
That's...
Steady, that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. None of that language, please.
How many cards do I get?
That's one more of those and you're off.
Okay.
I don't care if you're water blinded. You're not allowed to use language like that on my show, all right?
Oh, I can't. And it was just... Today I got barged over twice on the underground.
Right.
People just don't care. So, do you know what I mean? I can understand about your bus. You're getting on a bus and all that.
Yeah. Well, there was. I was on the underground today, and there was a bloke with a crutch, and no one got up to offer him a seat.
No. They don't. People just don't care anymore. Society's crap.
Well, I don't know if that's completely true, Joe. I'll Frank with John, whatever you know. I don't know if that's completely true, but I think there are always people that do care, and I like to believe in the best of people, and that there are people are inherently kind and are inherently good, but just some people get a little bit a little bit lost along the way.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Where were you going in town?
I was coming from Birmingham, coming into Tower Bridge.
Why you live in Birmingham, do you?
I live around Birmingham way, yeah.
Why would you not live there?
I asked the wife.
Oh, man, get out of Birmingham, for goodness sakes. It's a mess.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, fella, listen, thank you very much for that. I'm not quite sure. I mean, you said the other guy was boring. That wasn't exactly the call of the year, was it? We seem to have turned into Talk Sport. I wonder if Mos D is listening. If you are, hey, I can do this stuff as well. Huh? I'm that good. I can do this stuff as well. 0330 123 1215. Let's speak to Laura, then we'll play Def Leppard. Hello, Laura!
Hello.
Hello, Laura. Strange show tonight, huh?
Yeah.
I like the strange shows, though. It makes the fun ones even more fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK, you're not convinced. That's good. Go on, what can I do for you?
Well, this isn't what I wanted to talk about, but
Yes.
It isn't illegal to walk down the street naked, but it is illegal to walk down the street naked if you're doing it in order to cause offence.
So if you're doing it but not to be offensive,
Mhm.
then you can get away with it.
Yep.
I don't want to see naked people walking down the street.
No,
I
neither,
don't
really.
like bits and pieces flapping around and all of that. Horrible. It's like when I've never been to a nudist colony, but you see them on the TV, and nudists are always middle-aged men and women in their late 50s with big, fat, hairy arses. It's never like sexy young 19-year-old girls and fit 23-year-old blokes with six-packs who go to nudist colonies. It's always horrible, fat people.
Yeah.
Unpleasant.
Yeah. I don't really watch that kind of TV, but I'm sure you're right.
Well, what do you mean that kind of TV? They had them on the One show the other day, for goodness sakes.
I didn't want to talk about this anyway.
Well, but you started it.
That's true. Actually, I wanted to say that I think you're very angry, and it's not very good for you. You should really chill out and just stop being so angry with the world.
I'm not... What makes you think I'm angry with the world?
Because you're always shouting and you're always... Well, yeah, you're always complaining about bus drivers and things like that.
They're idiots.
And you
He's
swear
shouting at me.
an awful lot. And you're not even supposed to swear, but you do swear an awful lot.
I'm not...
So you're very angry
When did I
with
swear on the radio?
Oh, you swear on the radio.
I don't swear on the radio. I'd lose my job if I swore on the radio.
Okay, you don't swear on the radio.
No, listen, if you're going to have a pop, then let's be accurate. I don't swear on the radio because I would lose my job.
Okay.
So that's one mistruth that you have come out with.
I'm sorry. I
Second mistruth, if you'd listened to the story about the bus driver, for the majority of it, I was very, very calm and was calming him down.
Yes, but you did swear at him.
I did swear him at the end because he was being a dick, yes. He was being a massive dick. But for the most part, when he was shouting at me, for no reason whatsoever, I was the one that was trying to calm him down and trying to diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
So that's 2-0 to me.
Okay.
Oh.
That happened to me once, actually. Not the whole thing, but they're putting my arm out and he drove on past, and then he stopped at a traffic light, so then I went and caught up, and he wouldn't open the door. And I got very, very upset, and it was quite a long time ago, and I did do something quite silly, which was I went and stood in front of him, and I wouldn't let him go anywhere until he let me get on.
Hang on a minute. So I see what this call is about. You basically have a problem with your anger. And you're trying to focus it on me when really it's you that's got the issues, and that's fine, Laura. I would never stand in front of a bus because he wouldn't let me on.
No. Well, it just upset me even more, and so...
They're all idiots. Hey, listen, kids, if you need to know, the button to open the door to the bus is to the right-hand side of the door. That's just press that button.
It didn't have one. It didn't have one, Ian. I looked for it. I just gave up and went home in the end, or went back to the bus stop to wait for the next one.
Laura, are you nice and relaxed now?
I am. I'm very nice and relaxed.
Excellent. I'm having a great time.
Oh, good.
I'm living the dream. Go and light a candle and have a hot bath.
No, there's a whole big story behind that.
Oh, man, I wish I hadn't started Def Leppard now.
Such a lust for life. The circus comes to town. We are the hungry ones on a lightning rain. Just like a river runs, like a fiery flame. Oh, I burn for you. I got that feeling in my blood. I need your touch, don't need your love. And I want, and I need, and I love, and more. And I want, and I need, and I love, and more. Cry wolf, give a mouth to mouth. Like a moving heartbeat in the witching hour, I'm running with the wind. A shadow in the dust, like the driving rain, like the restless rust. I never sleep. I got that feeling in my blood.
Absolute Radio. Women want us, men want us too.
Who's scoring, Christian? 3 days left to play. Spot a footballing celebrity, a player, an ex-player, a wag, a ref, a pundit. Get them to call Christian and win $5,000 for charity and $5,000 for yourself. Who's scoring, Christian? Only on Absolute Radio.
Love Christmas, love Billy Connolly.
Hello.
Britain's favourite comedian returns with his blisteringly funny new show.
Please be true.
His first in 3 years shows why Billy is without equal.
This is going to be a long night.
Billy Connolly live in London, the comedy DVD of the year. On DVD and Blu-ray now at play.com. Rated 15.
Dear Santa, just to let you know, they've got this new Christmas tools and gadgets range at Screwfix with loads of great gear that'll make great presents, like a DeWalt XRP 18-volt lithium-ion combi drill for under £125, or a Makita 252-piece accessory set for under £40. In fact, everything's at great prices, and well, I'd love any of them for Christmas. Thanks, Santa. From Dave, aged 37.
Get them something they'll really love this Christmas. Get to your local Screwfix now or visit screwfix.com.
From whiskey to the White House, from the World Trade Center to weapons of mass destruction, from war on terrorism to waterboarding. Now, W reveals all. Only in the Times. Read extracts from Decision Points, the revealing political memoir from George W. Bush. Tomorrow, an exclusive interview and the truth about Iraq. Be part of the Times.
Iain Lee on Absolute Radio.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. You say black, I say white. You say bar, I say bite. You say shark, I say him. And Jaws was never my scene, and I don't like Star Wars. You say Rose, I say Royce. You say God, give me a choice. You say Lord, I say Christ. I don't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein, or Superman. All I wanna do is bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Races are coming your way, so forget all your duties. Oh yeah. Rock bottom girls, they'll be riding today, so look out for those beauties. Oh yeah. On your marks, get set, go. Kane. You say John, I say Wayne. Hot dog, I say cooler man. I don't want to be the president of America. I say smile, I say cheese. Cartier, I say please. Income tax, I say Jesus. I don't want to be a candidate for Vietnam or Watergate. 'Cause all I want to do is bicycle, yeah, bicycle, yeah, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle. Come on, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like.
Iain Lee on Absolute Radio. Eloise is here as well.
Hello.
Different shows. I like these shows sometimes when they pop up from time to time, where there's a bit of debate. I like debate. Debate's fun to do. It wouldn't want to do it every night. That'd be hellish. But it's fun from time to time. We've bizarrely been talking about the burqa. for some reason, and that's fine. We can talk about that if you want, or we can talk about any nonsense. Journeys from Hell after...
Can I chip in one thought on that?
Yeah, go on.
Heat in the summer. I do worry about that. I wouldn't like to wear loads of clothes.
No, those clothes are really cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
In black, though?
Well, the black maybe is when I was in Pakistan, and I can't remember the you know the things that look like pyjamas?
Oh, yeah.
They're so cool.
I don't really see that very often.
You don't see it so often now. It's kind of like old men wear them over here, but I got loads of those, and they're amazing. And I had black, actually, and black was cool, because it's like it's a very light cotton, and it's quite airy.
It looks really thick.
No, it's very light, and air gets underneath it, and it's kind of... I don't know, if you're a burqa-wearing lady, is it hot?
The practicalities I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's a very funny episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where he fixes up one of his friends on a date with someone who wears a burqa. I can't remember what the punchline is. I know she's played by Frank Zappa's daughter. Anyway, 0330 123 1215. Journeys from Hell, after my row with the bus driver, and anything you want. You know, it's Tuesday night, it's 10 past 12. I was trying to explain this show to someone the other day, and they're going, but who phones up at 10 past 12 on a Tuesday night? I was going, well, like mentals and drunk people. They went,
That's what I said.
It's like that, is it? 0330 123 1215. Johnny, Scott, Justin, Verinda will be with you in a... Oh, Verinda, jeez. Be with you in a few minutes. Let's go to Josh, though. He's been waiting for ages. Hello, Josh in Dublin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I've got a good one for you, big fella.
Go on, my friend.
Big story coming out of Ireland this week.
Yeah.
Is a DJ in Cork, radio presenter like yourself.
Yeah.
Reportedly earned about 100 grand a year.
What?
Went to London about a month ago for a conference.
That fancy London, yeah.
And did a speech. Came after the speech, had a liquid lunch.
Yeah.
Had a bad neck after a sports injury, so took some painkillers.
Of course.
Had a few more drinks.
Yeah.
Got to the airport.
Yeah.
On the plane. Taxiing at Heathrow.
Yeah.
Decided to take his little fella out.
What?
And pleasure himself.
No.
Sitting on the front row of the plane.
He starts to bang one out? On an
all the
aeroplane?
places you do it when you're drunk. I've never done it on a plane.
No.
He's got a woman sitting next to him on one side, a fella sitting on the other side, and the stewardesses facing him.
Oh, God. He didn't even have the blanket over his lap?
Apparently not.
We've all had a fumble under the blanket, haven't we? Yeah. We've all had a fumble under that little thin blanket they give you. Of course we have. Mwah.
But no, he had nothing. And the story, and that's a bizarre enough story as it is.
Yeah, that's a bizarre story.
One of the people sitting next to him was a reporter from one of the dailies here.
Yeah.
And the story broke there the other week. And what makes it even more fantastic is that he made a statement on his radio station. And I won't say his name.
No, please don't. Or don't say the station or the name or anything.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, you put his name into YouTube and then you can hear it. It's like 2 or 3 minutes. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And basically, he says he apologises for what he did, if he did it.
If he did it,
He doesn't remember a thing, because the mixture of painkillers and alcohol means that he doesn't not only not remember what happened, he doesn't remember getting to Heathrow, he doesn't remember the journey, he doesn't remember getting home.
Wow.
And the message he says at the end of this 2 or 3 minutes of almost crying when he's talking, apologising to his family, is don't mix alcohol and painkillers.
Don't mix alcohol and painkillers.
Have you ever completely forgotten what you're doing by having a drink and a couple of aspirin?
Well, now, no. I mean, there are only 2 times in my life I've blanked out through alcohol. And one of them I woke up with a chipped tooth covered in sick.
Lovely.
And I can't remember the other, but there's only 2 times I've blanked out. But in both those instances, I was completely incapable of getting anywhere, and I had to be, lifted up and thrown in the back of a car and driven home.
Do you remember what you were doing?
No.
Oh.
I was blanked out, but I could not have functioned well enough to have got on an aeroplane and got my penis out and started shivering a beauty. I couldn't have done any of that.
Well, it's a great one.
Josh, listen, thank you very much for that. There we go. That's why don't English DJs do anything like that, huh? You've got Christian O'Connell, who does an excellent show, but he doesn't go around pleasuring himself on an aeroplane. That's where he's going wrong. That's where O'Connell's going wrong, for goodness sakes. Forget your who's calling Christian. We should try and find different places for Christian O'Connell to knock one out. Speaking of which, Verinda. Hey, Vinny.
Yeah.
Have you been? There's a brilliant programme on a channel. This is a true story. The Viva channel. It's called Community. Have you seen it?
No.
brilliant. It's got Joel McHale in it and Chevy Chase, and it's set in a college, right, community college, and there's a very funny Indian actor on there, right? Do you want to know what his real name is? Not his character name, his real name.
What?
I can't remember his first name, but let's say his first name is Steve. It's not. I can't remember his first name, but his last name, it's Steve Puddy.
Oh.
That's his name.
It must be a stage name or something.
Puddy. P-U-D-I.
Yeah.
Rude.
It is something very, very rude in, what was it? Urdu, Hindi? I can never remember which is which. Both.
Yeah, not Hindi.
No, not Hindi. It's Steve Puddy.
Okay.
Okay, Vinny, you're moving swiftly on there.
It must be a stage name.
Why?
He could have been a porn actor before.
He could have been a porn actor before, yes. I'm sure that was it, Verinda. You've called in. I'm hoping we get some of your many, many, many pearls of wisdom, Vinny. We love Vinny.
Yeah. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, Vinny, what are you wondering? You must be enjoying tonight because it sounds like the Ian Collins show.
Yeah, actually, it's all right.
I was in a cab the other day, right, and I like to have the radio on in the cabs because I don't want to talk to people. And I said to the driver, "Oh, put your radio on if you want, mate." He said, "Oh, what do you want on?" And I noticed that it was in the morning. I noticed he had Talk Sport tuned in. I went, "Oh, you got Talk Sport? Put that on." He went, "All right." And it was Alan Brazil doing the breakfast show
with Ronnie Irani.
With Ronnie Irani, correct. And then the driver started saying to me, "So, what football team do you support?" I said, "I don't like football." "Oh, right. What, you rugby?" I said, "No, I don't like rugby." He said, "Oh, what sports are you into?" I said, "I don't like sport." He said, "Oh, why do you like listening to Talk Sport then?" And now I was flummoxed, because I don't like listening to the breakfast show on Talk Sport at all. But I didn't have the confidence to ask him to put on the station of my choice.
Yeah.
Absolute Radio. Would have been LBC. But I didn't have so I ended up having to listen to him talking about sports all the time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what show do you like listening to on Talk Sport then?
Sorry?
What show do you like listening
I like Matt Ford.
On Talk Sport?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't like Duncan Barks, but I listen to him sometimes.
Yeah, you listen to the early morning stuff, don't you?
No, the late night stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay. And what about, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Not Collins then.
Well, I'm working when Collins is on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can have podcasts there.
I'm all right, thank you very much. I'm busy then.
Anyway.
Billy, moving on, yes.
Have you ever got complaints about your show, a genuine from Ofcom?
Yeah, quite a few. But they've all been upheld, haven't they, Eloise? No, what's the good
upheld.
one? They've been downheld. What's the one where we win?
Non-upheld.
They've been non-upheld. So we get complaints to Ofcom, yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, yeah, because
why are you doing that voice? He's doing that. Well, I'm just wondering, yeah. Yeah, what are you wondering, Vinny?
Recently, there's been many shows on TV and radio that have got a lot of complaints.
Yes.
Some of them are due to things like racist issues.
He's
right?
building up to a punchline. You can tell because he's giggling. Go on, yeah, go on.
Like racist issues.
Yeah. He's emphasised that, so that's an important line in this. Okay.
Homophobic issues. Yeah.
Homophobic, racist, and homophobic. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So there's no punchline.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be disappointed then.
How many of those complaints come from, like, if it's homophobic issues from gay people, or if it's racist issues from an Indian or whatever?
From races.
We're not allowed to ask those questions.
But what are you saying that it's kind of liberal, white, middle class people that complain on their behalf?
I'm just asking.
What are you just asking?
I'm just wondering, innit?
What do you wonder? What do you think?
I don't want to say because you can get a lot of complaints.
No, say it. Who cares if people complain?
What you were just thinking right now.
Why won't you say it? You think it's white middle class people phoning up defending homosexuals and ethnic minorities?
Yeah.
Why won't you? I want you to say that.
It comes from white middle class people.
And who are they defending? Who are they defending?
Homosexuals and ethnic minorities.
I was on the Alan Titchmarsh show a couple of weeks ago, and it was about Jeremy Clarkson had described a car as special needs or something.
Yeah.
And he was saying, but how do you think the people with special needs feel? How do their families feel? And I said, right, we can't answer that. We don't know. People with special needs and their families might think it's hilarious. They might hate it. But we're four people sat here who, fortunately enough, are not touched by such conditions. How we can't argue on their behalf.
I mean, say if something is like a slightly racist joke, on Indian, the Indian might feel it's funny, isn't it?
I don't know what you mean by slightly racist joke. I don't know how you would quantify racism.
It can be.
What if it was? What if it's a joke about a gay Indian? Oh my God! Oh my God! And a gay Indian might find it funny.
Yeah.
That's all right then.
Yeah.
So for the next 40 minutes, we're doing jokes about gay Indians. How about that?
All right then.
We're not really, Mr. Grace. Don't worry. Put your head back on the pillow. Go to sleep. Step away from the phone. Step away.
Absolute Radio. Jeff Lloyd's Home Time Show with Cobra.
Some years ago, I knew somebody who worked on Coronation Street. Yeah. Percy Sugden, apparently, would be one who just had no memory for lines at all. So what they'd done is they put a post-it note on the inside of his flat cap. In he walks into the Rovers, he takes his hat off, looks into it, and then he just stands there with the panic all over his face. The post-it note is stuck to his bald head.
Jeff Lloyd's Home Time Show, this afternoon from 5 with Cobra. Love curry, love Cobra.
Please drink responsibly.
Absolute Radio.
At Best Buy, the world's leading technology store, we don't work for commission. We work for you. So, when you come in store, you can be sure we're not giving too much airtime to one TV or stuck on repeat about a particular MP3 player. Expert impartial advice. This is how it works at Best Buy. Find your nearest store at bestbuy.co.uk.
Here's John from QuickFit performing a mine called We'll Give You an MOT and Service from just £99 including parts, labour and VAT. Take it away, John.
MOT and servicing at QuickFit.
You'll be amazed at what we do.
From the chubby curves that make you smile to the little burps that raise your eyebrows, you and your baby have a special relationship. And now both of you can help mothers all around the world. For each special UNICEF pack you buy, Pampers will help fund one newborn tetanus vaccine. Go to your nearest Boots today and get 2 Baby Dry carry packs for just £10 or 2 Pampers Active Fit packs for just $14.50. Offer ends December 14th. See in store for details. Subject to availability. Offer equates to 4.4 pence per marked pack. For full terms and conditions, go to pampers.co.uk.
Our lowest price Samsung netbook is just $199.99. Only until November 30th. At Best Buy stores nationwide and bestbuy.co.uk.
Iain Lee on Absolute Radio.
cherish is slowly dying or it's gone. Little shaken babies and drunkards seem to all agree. Once a show gets started, it's bound to be a sight to see.
There's debates aplenty on the Facebook page if you want to take part. All kinds of arguments about the Gary and about some of the callers we've had this evening and some of the topics. And if you want to take part, you can go to facebook.com/Iain Lee Show, IAINLEE Show. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Iain Lee, IAINLEE. You can give us a call this evening. We've got plenty of calls lined up, though, so if you're not already in the queue, put the phone down, relax, And maybe we'll do some calls straight to air towards the end of the show. Who's been on here the longest? Johnny! Hello, Johnny!
Hello?
Hello, Johnny!
Hello, mate. Hey, Johnny and Richard.
Johnny and Richard. And Gary and Paul?
No, stick with Johnny and Richard.
We'll stick with Johnny and Richard. OK, so Johnny and a Dick. Yes!
We're just working together tonight, and
Isn't that nice?
Bored, so thought we'd give you a bell because Johnny, you get Johnny, Johnny's never listened in before, and
Johnny, what? Johnny, it's not normally like this. It's normally more light-hearted. Listen tomorrow; it'll be fun.
All right, we're working tomorrow as well. So
What do you do? Are you bank robbers or something?
We can't tell you what we do.
Are you coppers?
No.
Are you drug dealers?
Anyway,
You're totally drug dealers! Eloise, what do you want?
What?
They're drug dealers. Johnny and Richard are drug dealers. What do you want?
Everything they've got going.
Have you got any uppers and downers and any blues?
Class A, Pat.
There we go. That's what we want. Of course, kids, don't take drugs. Drugs is illegal, and drugs is bad for you. OK, boys, is it a busy night? On Tuesday night, busy night for selling?
No, it's been quite quiet.
Has the recession affected people's propensity for buying narcotics?
I think this weather's keeping people away.
Yeah, of course it is. No one likes to be high in the rain. No one likes to be high in the rain. Anyway, you druggies, what can I do for you?
Well, Johnny's never listened in before, and I was saying I've been listening for years since the LBC days.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So we were trying to decide what to do tonight, and I suggested we'll tune into you because I've never really listened live. I always have to listen on the podcast.
Yeah. A bit disappointing tonight it must be for you then, if you're expecting the normal laugh riot and we're talking about burkas and things.
Well, we've only just started work. So,
Oh.
We've not been able to...
I love the way you call it work, as if you boys pay tax and stuff. Brilliant. Okay. Yes.
Eloise did give us the topics, but it sounded a bit rubbish.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about that. Well, I tell you, here's what we can talk about. Have you got any mucky pictures on your telephone?
What odd?
Well, of breasts, penises, vaginas, that kind of thing.
Have you? Yeah. Johnny. Yeah, Johnny.
Oh, you're using pseudonyms now. I like it. Okay, so forget Gary and Paul.
Yeah.
I've got it now. Sorry. So Gary and Paul aren't there.
No.
But Johnny and Richard are.
Yeah.
I like it. That's clever. I see. Very, very clever. Very clever. Okay. So Johnny.
Which was
Paul. Paul. Go, Johnny. Have you got mucky pictures on your phone? Have you?
Johnny has. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny has.
Of what and of whom?
What have you got? Everything.
Is it of yourself?
Oh.
Of people you know?
Yeah.
What? Who are like your girlfriend and stuff, or like friends?
Johnny's not really into girls.
Is Johnny a homosexual?
He is. Yeah.
Okay, so if you've got a young man who can't afford to buy his eighth, then you'll let him take a picture of his penis or something as a payment.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
I tell you what, I was doing some filming on Monday for this Hewlett-Packard little advert thing, and it involved me looking at people's phones and looking at the photos on their phones, and the number of people, excuse me, that you're welcome. It was a cough, but never mind. The number of people that have got mucky photos on their phones. There was one girl with the most enormous knockers on her phone, and they were her knockers.
I don't think it was that popular anymore now.
Well, I didn't know it even happened. And I was talking to the director, and we're like in our late 30s, and he said, well, if you think about it, if we'd have had that technology when we were 17, 18, 19, 20, then that's exactly what we would have done.
Yeah.
But we didn't, so I just had to go and buy a copy of Escort. But, which is a cracking read. I'm tempted to get one again tomorrow. It's a good read, that. Good stories. But I was... So what... Johnny, what picture... Tell me the pictures, the mucky pictures you've got on there. That's you, Paul.
No, that's
Gary.
Go on. Cock.
All right. Well, don't. Yeah, all right. Let's use the more. Let's use the more the medical terms. Okay. Thank you for that. They means, of course, the male equivalent of a hen. Yes. All right. Don't. What's all the bad language, boys? Come on, Richard. What pictures have you got?
I haven't really got any mucky pictures. I've seen them on my phone. I don't think I have. I'll double check. No, I'm pretty sure I haven't.
Okay.
It's all free on the internet nowadays.
Yeah, but you're never with a lady making love to a lady, and you say, "Well, I want a picture of that on my phone so I can think about you when I'm on the bus."
The camcorder on a tripod next to the bedspread.
Have you ever made a home porno?
Yeah.
And did you watch it back?
No, not yet.
What do you mean not yet? When did you do it?
It was, what did they say? Saturday night.
Oh, it was a recent thing. I would be worried because, I would be worried. I would know that when I look... I know that when I'm making love, right, I feel fantastic and I look fantastic. but in reality, if I were to step away from me and watch, I would just look ridiculous. I'd be huffing and puffing and sweating and looking a bit bored at times and bits flapping around everywhere. It wouldn't be good.
Well, that's why you need to hold the video camera and then you just shoot what you want to see.
Yeah. Oh, the downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay, good boy. You boys are very, very naughty, aren't you, with your narcotics and your... Have you ever thought about turning to Christ?
Johnny has. No, not really.
Okay, I think, boys, it's something you should consider. I think there is a hole in your soul that can only be filled by our Lord Jesus. Scott Harris.
Hello.
Hello, Scott. Sorry for keeping you so long. It's a busy night this evening.
It's okay.
What can I do for you?
Well, I just wanted to phone up because I heard that person earlier have a rant about the burqa, which I found quite comical, and at some points it was almost vulgar. And I just wanted to give an alternate view that in an ideal world we'd have a certain set of human rights, basic rights.
Yes.
But unfortunately it's not like that. And I think that wherever we are, we should respect other people's cultures. However, I do think that the burqa is not really appropriate in this country and in this day and age.
Why is that?
Well, I think firstly, for security reasons, I don't think it's right that people should be walking around completely covered up. And secondly, there is a point to the fact that as humans, it's in our basic, nature that when we communicate, we use facial expression.
What about blind people? They don't.
Well, they have other senses that make up for that.
Well, exactly. Then use other senses.
Well, I just don't think it's really necessary or appropriate. And
because whether you think it's necessary or not is irrelevant. Surely it is one of the great things about living in this country is that we have choice and we have freedom that is perhaps not available elsewhere. And some might argue that those choices and those freedoms are being clamped down upon. But it doesn't matter if a lady decides to cover her face, does it? In the great scheme of things, Scott Harris, does it really matter if a lady decides to cover her face?
I would beg to differ.
Tell me why.
Well, I think the main reaon behind it is, sort of humility and, a lot of people do sort of stare at women inappropriately and, that's the basic meaning behind it, it's to keep the respect of women.
Okay, that's what you think. That's your opinion on what the basic...
Well, no, I know that's what it is.
Well, how do you know that's what it is?
Because I know enough about the Muslim religion to understand that.
Okay, how much have you read the Quran?
No, but...
Okay, well, how much studying have you done of the Muslim religion?
Enough. If you just let me make my other
point... No. We've got plenty of time. We're in no rush.
Okay.
Well, how much studying have you done of the Muslim religion?
No, not of the Quran, but I have read into it, and I know that's the basic point.
Where have you got this information from?
Just general knowledge I picked up.
It's not general knowledge, is it? You said you read things. So where have you read these things? I'm just trying to find out where you've got your information from.
Well, I don't make a list of everything I read in my...
No, I'm sure you don't, but I'm sure you can remember. If you can remember the information you've got, you could probably remember some of the source material.
Well, it's probably from school and university and things like that.
You've been to university, have you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
Okay. What year were you born?
Pardon?
What year were you born?
Oh, I'm finished now.
What year were you born?
Oh, 1989.
Okay, took a while to answer. Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Okay. So your point is...
Yeah, so basically what I was going to say is, living in northwest London, I've actually worked with several people of the Jewish faith as well, and, they have similar beliefs, and they wear what they call a shaitel, which is basically like a hairpiece, which is basically to do the same thing. And also, people who wear headscarves, I think, there's a point to that, and I think...
What do you mean, what's the point to that? That seems ridiculous to me, to wear a headscarf. What's the point to that?
Well, because it's the same thing, you're sort of covering yourself up a bit, but you can still see the person's face. And to be honest, I don't think...
Are you scared, Scott? Are you scared? Does it scare you?
Not really.
Then what? If you're not afraid, and it's not hurting you...
I think it's
and it's not... If you're afraid, if you're not afraid and it's not hurting you, then there's no problem whatsoever, is there? And the people should be allowed to do what they want.
I disagree with you because...
Well, no, but are you afraid, Scott? Are you afraid?
No.
Are you... Does it...
That's not the point I'm trying to raise.
But you keep using the phrase security issue, so that would imply some sense of fear.
No, it doesn't imply that at all. It implies the fact that if you're... Say someone's going through the airport, how do you know who's under there, for example?
They have to reveal their faces to the airport security.
If you're walking down...
They have to... Let's stick on the airport thing. The women in the burqas have to reveal their faces to airport security, so they know who it is.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem, and they get searched and they go through metal detectors. So if you're suggesting, and I'm assuming this is what you're suggesting, they could be potential bombers. Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all.
Then what are you saying then?
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not a ridiculous comment, Scott. What? Okay,
yes,
well, what is your point about people in burqas being in airports? Then I've misunderstood it. I apologise. So if you could clarify, clarify your point on women in burqas in airports.
Okay, well let me clarify it then. If you see someone walking down the street, or
airports. We're talking about specifically.
No, I can talk about what I want.
No, you can't, Scott, because you specifically.
Because you're trying to steer the argument.
No, I'm not trying. You brought up airports, Scott. So let's focus on one thing at a time. We can cover streets as well in a moment. Let's focus on airports.
Okay.
Clarify the situation. I misunderstood what you meant about airports, so if you could clarify for me, please.
Well, I was just using it as an example.
So let's see that example through to its conclusion, shall we?
Okay.
I've not understood the example of the airport. So if you could clarify for me.
No, well, you said they have to lift up their.
The airport argument is rendered useless. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so the airport argument has gone. You're not worried about people wearing burqas in airports anymore.
I didn't say I was worried about it.
You said it was a security issue.
Yeah, that's different to me being worried about it.
Scott, stop being pedantic. Let's focus on this. What is the security issue of people wearing burqas in airports, or have I dismissed that argument?
To some extent, you've dismissed it.
Okay, so you no longer see a security issue to women wearing burqas in airports?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's move on to the streets then that you're just looking to talk about.
Okay, well, for example, if a policeman sees someone walking down the street in a hoodie or something, they're likely to count as suspicious behaviour.
Right.
Just say that I happen to be mugged by someone in a hoodie, it's the same thing. I can't say what they look like at all. I think it's just like a basic fact of nature that you should be able to see someone's face.
But it's not a basic fact of nature, is it?
There's even Arab countries that have banned the burqa themselves.
Okay,
because
good for them.
They believe that it's not inherently part.
I would hate to let Scott. I know we've spoken before. I know exactly who you are. I would hate, and I know that you're phoned up, and I know that you've posted some very, very offensive things on Facebook. Some very offensive things.
What are you on about?
I know exactly who you are, and I do know that you've posted some things that are actually racist on Facebook. But
what have I posted?
I'm not going to quote them on the air, but you've used some very you've used the P word and the people living next door to you smell and stuff like that. You've done those silly.
Oh, well, I definitely haven't done that. And if you have proof of that, please email it to me.
I don't need to.
You have the wrong Scott Harris.
Scott. Okay, maybe I have the wrong Scott Harris, who sounds like a teenager.
My neighbours are Asian, and I get along with them very well.
Then that's wonderful, because that's different to what you said on Facebook. But let's address this point.
You can't even access my Facebook because I have private settings, so don't talk about rubbish.
Have you finished your little rant, Scott?
I'm not having a rant.
You're having a little rant there, didn't you?
Because if you can't say what I've put, then don't mention it, because it's not me.
Scott, I know who you are. I know we've spoken before.
Who you are.
Good. My name's Iain Lee. Nice to meet you.
We haven't spoken before. What are you on about?
Okay, Scott, if that's the game you want to play, but we
know.
Me, Ian, we know.
Can you clarify when I've spoken to you before?
Okay, Scott.
No, Ian, can you clarify?
But I know
I'm 21 years old. I'm from North West London. I've never called Absolute Radio in my life. I don't even listen to the station usually. But I was driving home and I happened to be...
What car do you drive, Scott?
I call it a Honda Civic.
Okay. What's the registration?
I'm not giving that out on air.
What year is it?
2007.
Okay, so it's got what's the number on the plate?
07.
Okay. So, Scott, let's get to the basis of your rather dull and slightly ill-informed point. You've mentioned it's both of those things. It's definitely dull. You've mentioned security issue. I don't quite understand what the security issue is, Scott. Let's clarify in a nutshell.
Clarify how you know who I am, but I know that I've spoken to you before.
You don't want to talk about the burqa anymore?
No, because you've just come up with a random comment that I've spoken to you before, and I've never spoken to you before in my life.
OK, Scott. You don't want to clarify your issue on the security issue?
Well, if you can clarify how you know that I've spoken to you before.
Because I recognise your voice, and I do this quite a lot, and I learn to remember people's voices.
I swear on my mum's life that I've never called up this radio station before.
Scott, if that's the case, I apologise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like to clarify one more time the security issue involved with the burqa?
Well, I'm just saying that if someone was theoretically to mug me wearing a burqa, it's the same as someone wearing a hoodie.
OK, but people are allowed to wear hoodies. So,
well, not in certain places anymore.
Oh, like in shopping centres, and that's only according to the Daily Mail. And clubs. OK, so people are not allowed to wear hoodies in clubs and in shopping centres. So you're saying the burqa should be banned from clubs? I don't think people in burqas necessarily want to go to the kind of clubs that you go to, Scott.
Well, how do you know?
Oh, for God. Is that the best you can do? Shall we say goodbye now?
No.
Yes, we shall.
We are Absolute Radio. Women want us, men want us too.
Love Christmas, love Billy Connolly.
Hello.
Britain's favourite comedian returns with his blisteringly funny new show.
Please be true.
His first in 3 years shows why Billy is without equal.
This is going to be a long night.
Billy Connolly live in London, the comedy DVD of the year. On DVD and Blu-ray now at play.com. Rated 15.
The Absolute Radio Ticket Store.
Wireless with Barclaycard. On Sunday, July the 3rd, Pulp are reforming to play one massive night at London's iconic Hyde Park. Get your tickets before anyone else. Tomorrow morning from 9 at the Absolute Radio Ticket Store. absoluteradio.co.uk/tickets. Don't miss Pulp at Wireless with Barclaycard. Oh, yeah. On Sunday, July the 3rd.
The Absolute Radio Ticket Store. Oh, yeah. Your place to get tickets first.
No, that's not right.
Iain Lee.
Iain Lee.
Absolute
Radio.
Business
Well, it's the last 11 minutes of the show already. Before Mark Crossley, Stills and Nash comes on at 1 o'clock and does his usual tang. I've enjoyed this evening. Lots of arguments and debate. It's always good fun, I think, to do something a little bit different. And we'll be back to the normal knockabout, slapdash, manic phone-in that we normally do tomorrow at 11. Here Mondays to Thursdays, 11 till 1. But tonight it's taken kind of a serious... I blame my bus driver. Totally blame my bus driver for it. It's entirely his fault that the show has taken this turn. Put me in an odd mood. Put me in a slightly argumentative mood. I was unable to vent my spleen, so I guess that's kind of what we're doing tonight, and it's fun to do that once in a while. We won't achieve anything. These shows never achieve anything, but it's, good fun to do once in a while. Let's go to Dave. Hello, Dave.
You all right, Ian?
I'm all right, Dave.
Lots of argument, lots of debate.
It's nice, a bit of argument and debate, isn't it?
Ian Leroy Silk back in the house.
Yeah. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Do you remember? He used to have his own show, Kilroy Silk, didn't he? And then he disappeared to become a politician.
Or was he a politician before?
Oh, yeah, he was a politician. Then he did his TV show. And his TV show would always start like something like, is your 12-year-old daughter pregnant and high on crack cocaine? Is your son a nonce? Well, you should be watching Kilroy. That's kind of how it started, wasn't it? That was...
Yeah, a bit like the show tonight.
A little bit like the show this evening, yes.
Well, I wanted to say congratulations on finding a house.
That's creepy, Dave.
No, I just wondered, has it got the long gravel driveway that you were hoping for?
No, it hasn't, but I'm going to make sure that the living room is installed with gravel.
Yeah, you should.
A little bit uncomfortable for the baby to crawl on, but that's his problem, not mine.
He'll get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Toughen him up.
Right then.
Moving on to the next point on the list. Looking down the list, what is it?
Yeah, got the list there, yeah.
Poem?
Oh, yeah, Barry's little
thing.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, Barry's
what
little thing.
The first lines again, it was, there was a young man from Hearts.
Oh, I don't know, I haven't got it anymore. Why would I know?
There was a young man from Hearts who
Yeah.
spent too much time with the tarts.
Yeah.
He found himself a wife. He spaffed over her tights and wiped himself off with a scarf.
I didn't hear a word of that. I'm glad I didn't, because we could probably never broadcast that at all. Excellent stuff there, David. Thank you for that. Was there anything else?
Yeah. Remember last night you said tonight was going to be a family secret special?
Oh, that's what we were going to do, weren't we? Oh, OK. Well, we'll do that tomorrow, but you've got a family secret for us tonight, have you?
Yeah, just found it out recently.
Yeah.
My granddad, my mum's dad, my dad.
Yeah.
I was kind of asking about him, did he serve in the war and stuff? Turns out that just when the war broke out, he robbed the jewellers on purpose so that he'd get arrested and got banged up.
Who did this?
My granddad.
Fantastic. That's a genius move. So he wouldn't go to war?
Yeah.
So he is brave and cowardly at the same time?
Well, if he got away with robbing the jewellery store, he was quids in, and if he got caught, he was locked up.
And he went to prison, did he?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well done, Dave's granddad. Nice one, Dave. Thank you for that.
How's your lad doing? Now you move house, are you thinking about having any more kids? So I've got some names for you.
Go on, what names you got?
Okay, if you have a boy, Neil.
Neely. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And if you have a girl, Lily.
Lily Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Thank you, David. Good night, David. Tony!
Hey, Pumpkin, how you doing?
Hello, love, yes. We've not got much time, I'm afraid, so chop.
No, all right, as quick as I can. You were slagging off bus drivers earlier on.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Yeah, well, usually you have a counter-argument, but I have to agree with you.
Oh.
I had a div last week.
Yeah.
I was on a bus and stopped at the bus stop and got on, and he wouldn't move.
Yeah.
And it's because a woman had rang the bell after he'd stopped.
Oh, gee.
And he wouldn't let her off. So the bus was really crowded. He wouldn't let her off. So in the end, I just, look, mate, just let her off the bus, will you? No, she rang the bell after I stopped, so I'm not letting her off. So this went on for about 30 seconds. In the end, I said, look, mate, you're an effing little A.
Yeah.
Will you please let her off the bus, or else? Or else what? I said, yeah.
Uh-oh.
In the end, I started shouting and swearing and yelling at him. He said, well, you can get off the bus as well then.
Beautiful.
So he got off the bus. I got off the bus at the same time as she did.
Yeah.
She came out of my door.
Yeah.
The thing was, we were in major traffic.
Yeah.
So we were walking slowly towards our destination at the same time as he was.
Yeah.
And I kept laughing at him and waving at him and doing little hand signals. And he crashed into the car in front of him.
Tony, I've got to go because we're out of time, but that was beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Last caller of the night is Yokel. Hello, Yokel. Yokel? Oh. Well, that's a disappointing end to the show there. I cut Tony off with no need whatsoever because Yokel is gone. Well, let's take one of these calls straight. Let's try this one call straight to air, shall we? Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Oh, Ian?
Yes?
Well, Andy, when I was in the toilet the other day, public toilet, yeah?
Yes.
It said, when you're in this noble hall, use the paper, not the wall.
Oh, right, yeah.
If no paper can be found, wipe your a-hole along the ground.
Did it really? Isn't that an unfortunate turn of phrase? I think we'll end it there, shall we? That's probably enough for the show this evening. Strange show this evening. If you missed any of it, it was all a bit heavy and a bit serious, but still good fun, I think. You can get the podcast tomorrow from the usual places, absoluteradio.co.uk/Iain Lee show. Is that it? Is that the page, or is it just Iain Lee? I don't know. Have a look, you'll find it. You can also get it on iTunes. Tomorrow night, very, very exciting. Special guest, one of my heroes, Michael Nesmith from the Monkees, the inventor of country rock. His mum invented Tipp-Ex. He's going to be on the show. It is a fantastic interview. He is hilarious. And it's well worth listening to. So come tomorrow at 11, please. Until then, here's Sheryl Crow. Mark Crosby's up next. Ta-ta.
This ain't no disco.